What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. They put a warning on my last video upload because of the topics that I was talking about. The lady in Chicago whose her baby father's baby mama, other baby mama, um, deleted her at school in front of all the kids and talking about I got a license to carry. Girl, what I don't even want to get into it. So we're down here, but they put a warning on that video. That's the kind of video that probably should go on Patreon because they did literally put a warning on the front of the video. And then also as the vitriol from GinjaJAY, I think that also added to the warning. I think those two stories added the warning. So just FYI, there is a warning at the beginning of the video because of the content is kind of rough. Um, and triggering, especially the mom in Chicago, and then GinjaJAY and his black woman and black this and black and talking all that shi. Somebody in the comments, I was just reading some of your comments, and somebody in the comments said that this is from a Simone 624 that GinjaJAY is dangerous, and now he's getting the backlash. His ego is bruised, and so his ego is bruised, so he is really not safe to be around. It's on video for all to see. I hope the girlfriend runs fast, but I suspect she will not choose her womanhood over her pick me identity. And the fact that he's getting so much backlash and he lost a stream of income, he more than likely his anger will be taken out on her, right? I feel like that's like um obvious that will happen, right? A lot of the times, men who are unhappy, they will take out their frustrations on the person that they're closest to, and they don't have anything to do that. People often do that, take out frustrations on the person they're closest to. But that man was extremely volatile and doesn't seem to have a control over his anger. And apparently, he was in jail for 11 years for trying to bomb somebody's home. So he has a violent tendencies. And I don't believe that when a man expresses that much violence and vitriol towards a group of women, I don't feel like it's specific to just that group of women. I feel like that violence can be inflicted on any woman. He does not, for a man, if any, you should add, that should be like a question. If y'all are still dating men, good luck. But if you're still dating men, one of your questions should be, are you an ally to women, all women, right? And then are you what was I about to say? Oh, do you believe women have a place? What place do you believe that women have in society? And then listen to what they say, because as do not, do not do not date a man who believes that a woman has a place. Do not. It's not worth the risk. Ask a man if he is an ally to women and what does that mean to him, and let him explain himself. Do not interrupt him. Do not say, so what you mean was, no, listen to what he says, because a lot of women like to translate and misinterpret things that men say in order to make the projection easier to swallow. Listen to what they say. Put the mics in front of their mouths and turn the volume up so that you can hear. Do you think women have a place in society? Yes, I do. What is that place? And let him verbalize what it is and listen. And Maya Angelou has told us, when a person tells you or shows you who they are, believe them. When I say I'm not a good co-parent, believe me. Please believe me. If I say I believe what I say about myself. You know yourself better than anybody else. So if I tell you I'm this and I'm that, you hear somebody say I'm this and I'm that and I'm this, listen to what they say. Listen to what they say. That's all I got to say about that. Let's go to the blogs. Okay. All right. I said Russell Wilson should have married Kiki Wyatt if he wants a whole bunch of fucking babies. All right, let's go to and he's listening to them. Listen to this. That's how you know he's a flaming narcissist. He's listening to them say that he's the Hitler of our time, and he's going like this while they're singing, while they're chanting their protests. I'm telling you, narcissists are lunatics. Girl, they don't care. They literally do not care if what's being said to them is negative or positive. They just love that you are showing them attention. Negative attention, positive attention is attention. They don't care. They love it. He loves it. It don't care what you say. He's sitting there like this. Shout out to those people. He gonna tell a different story. He will say they were cheering him on. Yes, that's what he's gonna say. They were in there cheering for me. Niggas are crazy. These niggas are crazy. They're crazy. That was on the neighborhood talk. Okay, that's the neighborhood talk. Oh no, that was the Hollywood Unlocked. Oh no, not the Hollywood Unlocked. Girl, I thought that was his girl. Don't put these pictures like this. Right. They made it look like he passed away. It says Ali Sadiq proves why he's the best storyteller in the world. He's a comedian, but they have this picture up of him, and I was like, oh my God, did he die? Girls, y'all need to stop using these kind of pictures because it does look like he passed. No, you love it. Little Scrappy says he hates that Yandy and Rashida are fighting. Nigga, you love that shit. Singer David is cooperating with LAPD after decomposing body was found in his impounded Tesla trunk. Medical examiners confirmed the remains are a woman. So he's cooperating. Well, that's good. Is this broken? Feels broken. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna do an investigation on the car, so we'll get an update on that. The next update on that. Let's see. Trump refuses to comment on the letter he allegedly signed for Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday book. I don't comment on something that's a dead issue. His face right here, look at his face. It just is so pervy. Look at those two pervert pedophile felons. Jeffrey Epstein, I don't believe that he's dead. I do not believe that he's dead. I believe they got his ass out of there. And he's off somewhere on a motherfucking island with the rest of the fucking pedos. Look at Trump's face right there. He has that look like a predator. Like, look at he's biting his bottom lip. He just looks like a mediocre predator. Ooh. Ludacris wants to know what's your favorite theme song for a TV show. Oh, there's so many. Oh my God, don't play that game. I don't want to play that game. There's too many. Too many. VanessaBryant shuts down rumors that she's pregnant. 24 years later, same rumor. Enjoying my honey Duce. Keep me posted on this imaginary pregnancy rumor is coming along. 24 years later, same rumor. Once again, fans are interrupting VanessaBryant's piece. The widow of the late NBA great Kobe Bryant is speaking out to shut down pregnancy rumors that they've been trailing for decades and have recently come back around. But this time, she didn't waste any time addressing them. Bryant recently hopped on her Instagram story while at the US Open in New York City. She posted a snap of her holding a drink with a caption, "Enjoying my honey deuce." She then followed up with a little message to the trolls: "Keep me posted on how this imaginary pregnancy rumor is coming along." 24 years later, same rumor. Comments: "She's always in her lane, minding her business. Leave that lady alone. She isn't going to date anyone else. I truly believe that. She had her soulmate." Girl, I want y'all to get the fuck out the fantasy, bruh. Her soulmate, he cheated on her. Y'all need to stop romanticizing shit. The obsession with the wombs of women that are not in your life at all is insane. Y'all want her to mourn forever. If she wants to move on, she can. Y'all do it for after 2 days. Let her live her life. Yeah, VanessaBryant and LaurenLondon. That's the niggas are waiting. They just waiting. They just wait. How could you disrespect the legacy of Nipsey Hussle by getting into another relationship? How could you disrespect the Black Mamba by getting in another relationship? These women can do what the fuck they want. Them niggas are dead. They're dead. Till death do us part. God damn. She can go with whoever she wants to go with, but there's this energy around. That's his property. She better not ever, 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 never, ever, ever, ever. And LaurenLondon has already said she's never going to get into another relationship with anybody. And I actually don't blame either one of them if they don't get in a relationship. But if they wanted to, that's their goddamn business. Till death do us part. Lauren wasn't necessarily married to Nipsey, but I do feel like he was a very important part of her development and her spiritual journey. I really truly feel that Nipsey came into her life, gave her tools that is helping her to this day on her journey, books and just language and things. And I don't put any kind of saint, patron saint of nothing on Nipsey. He's a man. I'm sure he had other broads. I'm sure he was dealing with whoever the fuck. And Lauren, if she were to go out, because remember when Kodak Black came to the front and was disrespecting LaurenLondon, and the man who came to the front, like almost protecting Nipsey's property, they treated LaurenLondon like a piece of property and was like, "You disrespecting Nipsey by talking to Lauren and saying what you said," not disrespecting her, disrespecting Nipsey. And I imagine if either one of those women came to the front with new men, with a new lover, they would be railroaded. Both of them. Both of them. I want y'all to get out of the idea that a soulmate is a romantic relationship. Your child could be your soulmate. Your best friend, your homegirl can be your soulmate. A soulmate is the fact that it's that's how you know it's an agenda, because they put a romantic spin on everything, and that romance is fantasy. Romance is not real. It's fantasy. It's a demonstration of fantasy. He's gonna romance me. He's gonna let me reside in a fantasy for a little while, and then it'll stop, and then you'll be chasing the fantasy for the rest of the relationship until you get tired of running after it. It's like a drug. It's like a high. You keep chasing that high that you had at the beginning of the relationship where it was really romantic. Mm-hmm. All fuzzy. That shit stops, right? It stops. It slows down and comes to a halt. Kobe Bryant cheated on Vanessa, and she sat there. They were so young. They sat there so young, and she sat there, sat beside him. When I tell you, she was looking at him like she wanted to rip his head off his fucking body. You out here embarrassing me, motherfucker. And I'm going to stay with you. Till death do us part. That life insurance policy, baby. I know it's fucking hefty. If she stepped out with another man, I feel like people would be really upset about it. Simon Guobadia shades Porsha Williams' celebratory post. It's over. Thank goodness. Heart emoji, praying hands emoji, grateful. He comes back and says, "Here we go again, Miss 265. Still hasn't learned, still has learned absolutely nothing. Hashtag it's over my ass." My big obnoxious ass that y'all so mesmerized by, so mesmerized you can't even see the bitch for the villain she is. When I tell you that halo effect is in full effect for Porsha Williams, that vapid sociopath, y'all love her. Y'all love her. You are a dunce. Like I said yesterday, she posted a picture of an American flag. I'm not sure how the fuck are you taunting a deported immigrant while you think you win in judgments over there. It's time to collect. When it's time to collect, are you going to get your money, sweetie? Because you can get judgments all day. A judge can hit the gavel, yes, in your favor, your favor, favor, your favor. Now enforce it and collect. Let's see how that works out for you. Miss 265. That lets me know that he knows while you thought you was going to scam him and live the life with Joanne the scammer, he knew that he got him a dumb broad whose big butt and a smile can push him into the Atlanta social scene. And if I got a validation of you and the way that you look and people how they praise and uplift you just based on the way that you look, I know that's going to give other women the idea that I'm a cool guy and you want to get with me. The way that women validate men and give them the cosign for other women to be like, oh, and run towards that man, that's exactly what he used Porsha for. And Porsha was too stupid to see the forest for the trees. Too stupid. Too stupid. And now you in court about this nigga. It's nasty. It's so nasty. It's going to keep playing out. Let's look at the comments. Porsha has met her match. Next time, leave people's husbands in their home. Not the scammer mad. He got scammed. He actually didn't get scammed. Porsha is still getting scammed. I don't understand why y'all think she's winning in this. You cannot deport an immigrant and then get judgments against him and expect for those judgments to be enforced and collected on. Girl. She was Miss 265 when you married her, so move along, sir. Porsha once said 265 a year, 265 days a year in one of her posts. That's where he gets it from in one of her confessionals. I think Porsha is a legend. Scammed a Nigerian. He transferred his funds and their house is not paid for. She's footing all the bills. She won't be getting alimony. That's not a good scam. He's back in Nigeria, but he was there half the year already, and she can't touch his properties in Nigeria. Why is he worried about American citizens? Isn't he banned? I hope somebody got your stupid ass together. In this hellhole called America, go sit down somewhere. He didn't get deported back to Africa. He got deported out of the United States. He's in Dubai buying 2026 Land Rover Defenders. Yep, that's why P will never see a dime. It's weird that people think that Porsha is winning out of this. She's not. She's winning judgments, but is she able to collect? And the judgments, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If somebody gets a judgment in the United States and they're deported to another state, another country, you cannot enforce something like nowhere, especially like a divorce kind of situation. No one is going to go to Dubai and try to enforce this judgment and collect on the judgment. You cannot collect on judgments made in the United States when the person has been deported to another country. So while Porsha might be winning judgments, it's a matter of, I've won judgments before in little lawsuits. I remember for unpaid wages. I got the judgment was in my favor. But was I able to collect on it? No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I was in Atlanta. That was like one of the first jobs I had. Turned out the motherfuckers were scammers. It was like a timeshare type of situation for luxury homes, and these fucking wealthy people doing these timeshares and these fabulous homes all over the country. And them niggas was scamming folks. A white boy and a his last name like had a couple of V's and J's in it. I don't know if he was East European. I don't know what he was, but it was a white boy, and it was called Havens, and it was in Atlanta. That was the first job that I had. And then I started getting calls from people saying they haven't, they ran the money, but we weren't able to do it. Was like a lot of issues going on. And then one day I came to the office and everything was gone. Everything was gone. I almost stole some of the goddamn computer equipment because I was like, y'all gonna pay me, motherfucker. But I didn't. No, I didn't. And so I know what it's like to get a judgment. I'm sure some of you had judgments, but it's about be collecting on the judgments. And it is in the books. You cannot enforce a judgment that was made in the United States in another country, especially on a divorce. Like, you better go to Nigeria, and you better go to Dubai and find you a lawyer and do it over there. But that's more money coming out. So she's not winning. She's not necessarily winning. She's having judgments in her favor, but they have to be able to enforce the judgment and then collect on the judgment. And I don't know why people are not grasping that, because they want so desperately to believe that Porsha scammed a scammer. There's no way that you can scam an old ass 61-year-old man who's been scamming since you were riding around Peachtree Boulevard, Peachtree DuPont de Leon on a motherfucking tricycle, bitch. I don't know what you and your dirty foot mother thought you were going to get out of this weird ass man. And the fact that every woman before that didn't get anything, what made you think, oh, because you cute and your ass is big as all outside and you got 75 teeth in your mouth, you thought you was going to get over on that man, and you did not. He can't even come back to the United States, girl. And you waving an American flag like you're like talking shit, like he can't come back to America. Neither will the money. The money is going to stay in Dubai, girl. Stupid. And it just really shows how dumb she is. Like, you are not smart. You are not smart. I cannot stand a dumb, attractive one. I cannot. When I tell you, it makes my blood boil. You're considered attractive to a lot of people, but your brain is literally rattling around in your fucking skull. Can you say? You are a dumb hoe. You are a dumb hoe. She's not smart. All right, let's see what else is happening. I don't know why Ice-T's little girl looked like she's 36 years old. That little girl's supposed to be like 15 now. Baby girl's in the fourth grade. The fourth grade? She's only 9? She looks 36 years old. What else is happening? Let's see. What time is it? Okay, let's go to It's Only Entertainment. They don't have any new posts. Okay. What about, let's go to People Magazine. People Magazine always got some crazy ass story. I need to go watch the Charlie Sheen interview. I don't believe that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will make it down the aisle. I don't believe it. I believe that Taylor Swift is using this relationship for another album, as she does with all her other previous albums. All right, let's see what else is happening. What? When I tell you, People Magazine be having some crazy ass stories. The one thing I don't like about People is they want to send you to. I mean, it's good for them. They want to like direct traffic to their web page. I have never eaten at a Cracker Barrel. They want to run traffic to their web page, and so they don't put a lot of information in their captions to get you to go, The Bravo Shade Room. I haven't been there in a while. Let's see what's going on. A court denied Simon Guobadia's application for a discretionary appeal in his divorce case. So let's listen to what this says. Obtained court documents showing the Court of Appeals of the state of Georgia issued an order hours before Williams and Guobadia's social media back and forth. The court denied Guobadia's application for a discretionary appeal. Williams, 44, posted on social media, "It's over," without any details on Tuesday. She also shared a video of her boarding a private jet captioned "free." We confirmed that she was referring to Guobadia's effort to overturn the divorce judgment that awarded her a monthly support and a cut of their Georgia mansion being shut down. This was Porsha's way of celebrating another victory after ex Simon Guobadia lost the appeal in the divorce battle. I don't get why she's fighting so hard to keep this house, because she's competing with Shamia. What you talking about? She's competing with Shamia, right? Because I'm sure Shamia and her made a little pinky swear when they were in junior high school, or in high school probably, before their whole eras, and decided that they was going to marry Africans. Pinky swear. And what's her name went and got her an African, and he is not a scammer, or we don't know, right? But he has a legitimate business, HVAC, airport HVAC, and can't control the temperature in his home. I ain't forgot. And blamed it on the sitter when you have the house super cold. Why would if the sitter was changing the thermostat, why did she have a sweater on in the cold? Why didn't she turn it up if she was the one making the changes? Right, exactly. It was him. He hates he can't control her, so he's trying to control public perception of her. The gag is we truly don't care either way. Porsha was paying bills before Simon. What the fuck are y'all talking about? She was making a lot of money before she married him. He wanted her to give up her jobs, and she did. So pay up, Grandpa. No, she gave up her jobs on her fucking own. For how much a month? You was making $2 million, almost $2 million a year, and you decided to quit those jobs so you can make $20,000 a month. If I don't tell you a bitch moving in survival mode is Porsha. Why would you quit your job? Who does that? Like, who does that? You quit your jobs to marry a scammer? You better think about that one again. You dumb. You dumb. I love this for her. He manipulated his first four wives because they didn't have the money and good lawyer. Porsha is his karma. Girl, you sound crazy as hell. It doesn't mean anything. He's in Nigeria, so he's never going to pay her. He's actually in Dubai and just bought a 2026 Land Rover Defender. Why is he trying so hard to fight an agreement that he willingly signed? Because he's a scammer. Girl, what is the problem? I don't understand what y'all are not getting. Simon ran up against the wrong damn woman. Porsha was somebody before him and with her own money, and still somebody. He agreed to the prenup and now he's mad. You're divorced, moved on. He may not pay this alimony, but we sure she can pay for anything she wants without his money. You think that Porsha is able to pay the mortgage on a $7 million house? It's time for him to accept the L and take the loss on the chin. No, the way to do what he's doing is she has to pay for these lawyers. So I'm gonna just keep putting shit in the court. I'll keep appealing because I got a lawyer who put a lien on the house. I believe that lawyer put the lien on the house to fuck with Porsha. Porsha is not smart. If anything, she would literally cut her losses and get the fuck out of that relationship and like not look back. Go find you another fucking African girl. It apparently word on the street is she already did. So she's a mistress to somebody's husband. Embarrassing for both of them. Porsha thought she was different from Fallon. She sat there right beside him when he was dogging her out, talking about love wins. Look at these two clowns. Thank you. I'm glad there's somebody like calling them both. They both clowns. But you married a scammer, girl. Nothing. What did you think was gonna come from it? You thought you and your dirty foot mama was about to scam somebody who's been scamming forever, longer than all of us have been alive? Hell, I was how old when Simon first got deported, his first deportation. Like he's probably drawing up papers right now to try to come back under another name. He better not get caught back in this country. Look at all these enablers in the comments. I hope my daughter never dates your son. Porsha, keep winning. The first black woman to scam a scammer. She has to collect on the judgments. U.S. court judgments are not enforceable in other countries. Plot twist. Is that Porsha? The plot twist is that Porsha can go where he is, but he can't come to where she is. And why would he want to come here? Why would he want to come back? He wants to come back so he can find another vase out of the foyer and scam them, another broad. He's trying to find another. He probably already has another broad, right? If he comes back to the United States, he's going to be in trouble. He'll get sent back again. He'll get arrested and sent back again. He keeps. How many times has Simon been sent back? He keeps coming to the United States, and he keeps having these shell companies where I don't know if he's doing money laundering. I don't know what he's doing. Every time I just think of that image of Porsha at that wedding doing the Nigerian electric slides. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. You just performing and like, oh lo lo lo, oh lo lo lo, just stupid. Like, oh, what I tell you, that bitch makes me cringe. And it's really the fact that people be on her side and not seeing the vapidness and the stupidity and the psychopath behavior. Like she's a weirdo, bro. And y'all be like, go Porsha, you won, love. First y'all was like love wins, and now y'all saying she won. Nothing. She hasn't won a goddamn thing. Porsha hasn't won shit, but got some judgments. Just some judges, some unenforceable judgments. Girl, you can't make this shit up. All right, one more story and then we're gone. Okay, we already talked about K. Michelle and Robin. Plot twist, you didn't make the cut. Diddy December 2025. Find another daddy, he said. Find another daddy is wild. Here we go. Miss 265 still has learned absolutely nothing. Oh, Candy looks nice at the Emmy Awards red carpet. Her and Riley look really nice. Oh, they look really nice. You know, I love a all black outfit. That dress has been worn by Dr. Wendy, Ashley, and Marisol. Okay. Can't it hasn't been worn by Candy until now. Shade Burrow, we don't know who these people are. Let me see if they talked about GinjaJAY at all. Oh yeah, the PenGame creator Marg speaks out after removing GinjaJAY from the show. I've got a duty to care. I have a duty of care to protect black women. So let's hear what he has to say here. I go into my accent here every time I come to this page. I give you a little accent. I go between accents. I don't know what kind of accent I have. I have to hear it first and in order to replicate it. So let's listen.
Oh, I get it. It's like, oh, you can't have a preference, or don't talk about black women's hair and it's kind of like trivializing, like actually like what happens. I don't know whether you really do understand it or not. So for someone like me watching it, yeah, for me being his employer, yeah, and someone that's
I love that so much. Let me tell you something. I love when y'all say yeah after like I'm like instead of saying right, y'all say yeah. I love that. I love that. I love it. Okay, let me go back to listen. Okay.
Like I said, I've got staff that are black women, people that work. There's PenGame girls that are rap that are black women, and people that I work with, from Esther to Hema to me to Koi to Gina. So there's so much going on. I shouldn't have to explain why it's important. But if it don't fall into your wheelhouse, it's literally because you don't care. You don't understand. No, of course not. Do you understand the reason for the outrage? No. I'm not saying what he said wasn't bad at all. Of course, it was bad. And neither am I. I'm saying you don't really understand the reason for the outrage because you're saying stuff like, oh, I get it. It's like, oh, you can't have a preference or don't talk about black women's hair and and it's kind of like trivializing like actually like what happens. I don't know whether you really do understand it or not. So for someone like me watching it, yeah, for me being his employer, yeah, and someone that's associated with him, yeah, I'm looking at that and it's totally different things that I'm looking at. It's not a case of just because he's got a preference or because he mentions black women's hair. There's lots of stuff that you need to unpack in that video. There's lots of questions that he made. I left with more questions than answers. Do you know what I'm saying? He said his preference. He said, this is why I don't like black girl. He said, why? Then he said, because you can't put you in your place. I can't think of man, I can't put you in your place. So then now that makes me, like I said, I've got saying, well, so you enjoy putting women in their place. So what's going on? What are you doing in your spare time? Oh, so you only like girl that you can bad up. Wow. You don't want these black girls because you can't bad them up. That is crazy to even say out your mouth. Yes. So again, so I'm looking at that. I'm saying that's bad to me. Yeah. One second, let me keep going. 1 second. Wait. Yeah. So I'm saying this is wild. Again, it comes to protecting women. It's not about black women. It's any woman. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because you're more only comfortable where you can bad them up. This is dangerous territory with a guy there. Again, I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm saying? Fine. Then the woman triggered you. The girl triggered you, and then you lent into it. Yeah. So at the point when you was angry, when you stood up, you're showing aggression, and you're a man at the end of the day, and you attacked this woman personally. You with all that vim that you had, you put it to her, and it wasn't the whole group, and it wasn't just generalizing. You was on this gal, and when you're telling her with all that aggression, to take off your wig and take off your lashes and be diminishing and degrading to her, like you're saying all these stuff in a degrading manner. None of that stuff's cool to deal with women like that. Again, forget even black women, but it's women in general. Women, you shouldn't be dealing with women like that. But then you're using her like stuff that are culturally part of what we do in her blackness to offend her. Telling her, take her lashes off, take your wig off, take your makeup off, and I'm going to bring in my natural 10 out of 10 Indian saying, well, so you enjoy putting women in hair. All this stuff is crazy. That is crazy to watch. I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm trying to say? So you ain't asking what the big deal is. It's because you don't care. Because you don't feel that way. Again, or you're not having conversations. You don't have a presence of black women in your life to be having the right conversations with people. Because anywhere I go is what I'm going to be doing. I've got a duty of care to support black women. From my mum, my sister, my cousins, my aunties. I've got, like I said, I've got staff that are black women. Staff, right. Girls that are rap that are black women. And people that I work with, from Esther to Hema to me to Koi to Gina. So there's so much going on. I shouldn't have to explain why it's important. But if it don't fall into your wheelhouse, it's literally because you don't care. And the truth of the matter is, those men, you saw a man actually rubbing his back, coddling him. You saw them laughing, like, because they agree with him. Because if you didn't agree with him, you would have stopped him. You would have said, yo, bro, chill out. Yeah? Chill out. What's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? This motion like this? That is dangerous. And it's all women, like this brother said. It's all women. It's all women. And then you're going to use how we culturally enhance our beauty. You're going to weaponize that? It's literally anti-black. Lashes, hair. And what is the obsession? I meant to ask the AI, what is the obsession I would like a psychologist to kind of unpack that. What is the obsession with telling a woman to take off how she enhances her beauty? Take off your wig, take off your lashes. You don't even love yourself because you won't wear black hair because her hair is blonde. So you think that's it's anti-black when you're literally being anti-black by weaponizing how women enhance their beauty against them. All women from all walks of life wear hair extensions. Now, I'm not saying like every single woman, but all women use different ways to enhance their beauty. Lashes, lipstick, nail polish, jewelry. I don't understand. What is the obsession with that? We want you to see your natural hair, but then you don't like women in their natural hair, because what you do is you tell a woman to strip down all of her beauty enhancements, but then you are literally looking and attracted to and telling them, grow your hair. You can't even grow your hair and all this other shit. And not just the people he's related to, but he employs black women. If a man did that at the job and there's other black women around, he would need to be removed from the space, because you have a violence about yourself. There's a violence in that. And he's literally an
unsafe man. He's unsafe. And that's what y'all literally need to be calling these men. You're unsafe, and letting them know you're not safe to be around. Let them know that, because this idea that men are supposed to be your protectors, you're an unsafe person. You're not my protector. You are my oppressor. And if you had the opportunity, you would probably take me out of here, because you don't have respect for women at all. You think you can put a woman in your place, and that's the reason why you don't like black women. And he said it on a grand stage. And then he went backstage and said even more dangerous stuff. And like this man said, if you don't see it, that means you kind of agree with him. If you don't understand that what he did in his demonstration of his behavior was incredibly violent and incredibly wrong and incredibly anti-black, anti-woman, like all of this stuff, you got to unpack all of that to get to the conclusion that this man is unsafe. He doesn't have an emotional regulation on his emotions. He's unable to regulate his emotions. He wants to be able to violently point at you with a hand like shaped like a gun. You do this, you do that. To me, that's like, them hand gestures mean something. And if you aren't unable to see it, like the man said, it's not in your wheelhouse, it's nothing I can do for you, because the men were literally coddling him, laughing, rubbing his back. No one stopped him and said, bruh, be quiet. You are out of order. None of the men brought order to the situation. None of them. I would be looking at every single one of those men, and the women who sat around, and the black women who sat around and not said anything. I was shit, girl. The girl that was going back and forth with him on the grand stage, he got backstage. There was black women backstage, and he had the nerve to say, "Shut up, you black bitch." And no woman said anything. I would have been cussing his ass. I mean, you need to shut the fuck up. Shut up. You need to go somewhere and chill out, relax, go somewhere else. You need to get out of here. So I'm glad that the creator of the show said, this is, I'm not going to allow this to continue. I'm not going to allow him to come here. This is what leadership looks like. He made the right choice. This is why I always have respect for Margs. Did you hear the breakdown? He said, I have a duty of care. He said, do you understand why there's outrage? This is a man who gets it. He isn't pandering to this guy just because he knows him, which I've seen other men do. He's showing that the words spoken caused damage, and he wasn't letting another moment go under his watch where this hatred towards black women, towards women, that's the thing. Not it's like he's literally practicing misogyny and misogynoir, because all of these hateful things that he said about black women, but then also thinking that a woman has a place. So you're just a misogynist who is also anti-black. So it's all women should be away from that man. All women. I love when a man stands on business, not like these other dudes who were interviewing him and biting their tongues. Even after making valid points, men will still disagree with his decision because they feel the same way that Ginger Dude does. Yeah. So he had to get him out of here. And I don't blame him. He made the right choice by getting him out of there. All right. Well, I gotta go now. Take care of each other. Protect your energy, yeah? And let's get down in the comments. Peace.